Today, we're uncovering the incredible story of top most valuable coins that many overlook, yet collectors are desperate to find. First up, we're talking about the 1972 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark, a true hidden gem in Australian numismatic history. This coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a piece of a nation's heritage that has gained legendary status among collectors and investors alike. The 50-cent coin, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, was first introduced in 1966 when Australia adopted decimal currency. However, the round silver 50-cent coin introduced that year was made from 80% silver, making it costly to produce. Just a few years later, in 1969, the coin was redesigned into the dodecagonal, or 12-sided, shape that is familiar today. But by 1972, something intriguing happened. In that year, the Royal Australian Mint issued 50-cent coins with an unusually low mintage compared to other years. This, in itself, already creates collector interest. But what truly makes the 1972 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark so special is not just its limited release. It's the story, the timing, and the unique place it holds in coinage history that make it a treasure worth holding. Unlike modern issues, mint marks weren't commonly used on regular circulating coins in 1972. The absence of a mint mark isn't an error, it's the standard for this issue. But what adds to its charm and value is that few pristine examples survived over the decades. Most were heavily circulated, making well-preserved specimens rare and incredibly sought after. Now here's the exciting part. This coin has become one of the most valuable Australian 50-cent coins from the 1970s. Because scarcity meets demand. Collectors around the globe, especially those focusing on Commonwealth and Queen Elizabeth II coinage, recognize its value. It represents a slice of history, crafted in an era that's becoming increasingly desirable to modern collectors. What pushes this coin further up the value chain is its condition. If you're lucky enough to find a 1972 50-cent coin in uncirculated or proof-like condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. These coins have fetched upwards of $4,000 to even $10,000 in top-graded condition on collector markets and auctions. That's right, what may look like just another coin in your drawer could be a four-figure treasure. So the next time you're sorting through your coin jar, don't be quick to overlook a 1972 50-cent piece. Because under that dull silver shine might lie an asset more valuable than you ever imagined. The key is in the details. Crisp design, lack of wear, and a strong, clear strike are what make collectors' eyes light up. One of the reasons this coin is so valuable is its connection to Queen Elizabeth II herself. The monarch's portrait was updated over the decades, but the 1972 coin features a youthful, iconic version of the Queen that has now become historical. With her passing in 2022, interest in coins bearing her image has surged, making this coin even more desirable today than ever before. Let's not forget that we're not just dealing with collectors anymore. Investors are now entering the scene, looking for tangible assets that hold historical significance. Rare coins like the 1972 no mint mark 50-cent piece offer more than just collectible value. They offer security, history, and the potential for appreciation over time. This isn't just a coin, it's a conversation starter, a link to Australia's royal and monetary legacy, and a potential addition to a growing market of alternative investments. Every serious collector knows the thrill of discovering something truly rare, and every investor knows the value of scarcity. This coin delivers both in one stunning package. Imagine this: you walk into a local coin fair, and you place your pristine 1972 50-cent coin on the dealer's table. Their eyes widen. Other collectors glance over. Suddenly, you're the center of attention, not because of the coin's face value, but because of its legendary status in the collecting world. That's the magic of owning something truly valuable. And here's the truth: this coin is getting harder to find every single year. As more are locked away in private collections and fewer enter the open market, the price is expected to climb. Those who hold onto their 1972 50-cent coins now may be holding onto a future treasure. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have a 1972 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark in excellent condition, don't let it go unnoticed. Get it graded. Get it appraised. And most importantly, hold on to it. Because value isn't always obvious at first glance, but with time, rarity and history always rise to the top. Next up, the 1973 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark, a coin that is quietly becoming one of the most intriguing and sought-after pieces in Australian coin collecting. This isn't just another piece of change. This is a coin with a story, a legacy, and a future that's rising in value and importance. The Australian 50-cent coin is no stranger to collectors, especially those who cherish the 12-sided design introduced in 1969. It was a bold move by the Royal Australian Mint to replace the original round silver 50-cent coin, which was costly due to its silver content. What followed was a dodecagonal copper-nickel coin that became instantly recognizable across the nation. But among all the years and issues, the 1973 version stands out for a very specific reason. In 1973, Australia was in a transitional phase. Politically, culturally, and economically, the nation was shifting, and so was its currency. That year, only 4 million of these 50-cent coins were produced, one of the lowest mintages in the entire decimal series for this denomination. That number may seem large at first glance, but for coin collectors, a mintage of 4 million is a sign of rarity, especially when we consider how many have been lost, damaged, or circulated heavily since then. The 1973 coin features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin on the obverse, and on the reverse, the magnificent Australian coat of arms. There are no mint marks, as was standard for many circulating coins at the time, but what truly elevates the status of this coin is the combination of its low mintage and historical placement. It belongs to an era that now feels distant, when coins were still treated with care and designs were deeply symbolic. What's truly remarkable is that even after decades, many people still don't realize how scarce this coin has become in pristine condition. Most 1973 50-cent coins you'll find today have been passed around in general circulation for years. That means scratches, wear, and damage. But if you're fortunate enough to find one in uncirculated or high-grade condition, you may just be looking at a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Collectors and dealers today recognize the growing demand for this specific issue. On auction sites and in numismatic markets, the 1973 50-cent coin has sold for as high as $3,000 to $5,000 in top condition, with some highly graded specimens pushing beyond that. That's a significant return for a coin that originally held just half a dollar's worth of spending power. And this is only the beginning. As more people enter the hobby of coin collecting and as Queen Elizabeth II's legacy becomes more treasured over time, coins from her reign, especially those with lower mintages, are only becoming more desirable. The 1973 50-cent coin fits that profile perfectly. It may not have flashy errors or unusual markings, but what it does have is proven scarcity, royal legacy, and growing historical value. Now imagine this. A decade from now, the numismatic landscape changes. Demand increases. Fewer of these coins are available in the market because smart collectors are holding on to them. The price could rise to $7,000, to $8,000, or even $10,000 for the right coin in immaculate condition. It's not just a dream, it's a trend already in motion. For those thinking long-term, this coin presents an excellent opportunity. It's not just about what it's worth now, it's about what it could be worth in the future. Coins like the 1973 50-cent are what investors call sleepers, underappreciated now, but with massive potential for growth as awareness spreads. And the numbers support this vision. With fewer coins entering circulation and the demand increasing year by year, the supply and demand curve is tipping in favor of those who already own this coin. That's why collectors aren't just keeping these coins, they're grading them, protecting them, and watching their value climb. There's also a deeper emotional value. This coin represents the past of a nation and the enduring presence of Queen Elizabeth II. As time moves on and the designs of Australian coins begin to shift with new monarchs, coins like this will become treasured relics of a royal era now complete. That kind of historical resonance only adds to its value in the eyes of collectors and historians alike. So let this be your wake-up call. Check your coin collections, your drawers, your old wallets. The 1973 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin could be sitting unnoticed, just waiting to be rediscovered. And if it's in great shape, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding an appreciating asset, a piece of Australia's royal and monetary heritage. Next up, we're talking about the 1974 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark, a piece of Australian history that is far more valuable than it may seem at first glance. This coin, though often overlooked, is quickly rising in importance among collectors and investors alike. The 1974 50-cent coin was minted during a period of significant national change. Australia was moving confidently into the modern age, but it still held tight to its symbols of heritage. The coin features the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, whose artwork defined a generation of Commonwealth coinage. The reverse proudly displays the Australian coat of arms, featuring the emu and kangaroo, icons of national pride and resilience. This coin was created not just for commerce, but to continue the tradition of showcasing the strength of Australia's monarchy and economy. It was released by the Royal Australian Mint, without a mint mark, as was standard practice for circulating coins at the time. But what makes the 1974 version stand out is the fascinating mix of history, low survival rate in top condition, and its growing demand in the numismatic community. The truth is, while millions were minted for circulation, finding a 1974 50-cent coin in excellent condition today is a real challenge. Most were heavily used over the decades and now bear the scratches and wear of time. That makes high-grade examples incredibly desirable to collectors, and as more people enter the coin collecting hobby, the demand for such coins continues to climb. Across online markets, coin shows, and auction platforms, there are thousands of collectors actively searching for this very coin, especially in near-perfect condition. The number of buyers looking to acquire it has increased significantly in recent years, particularly as coin collecting has become not just a hobby, but a smart alternative investment. Coins like the 1974 50 cent are now being seen not just as collectibles, but as pieces of economic value tied to historical significance. And now, let's talk about the most exciting part, its current value. Depending on the coin's condition, values can range from $2,000 to over $6,000, especially if the coin has been professionally graded and shows minimal signs of wear. Coins that have been preserved in pristine condition are far less common and fetch top prices from serious buyers who understand the long-term growth potential. What really drives the value up is scarcity in high grades. As more collectors look to complete their sets or invest in coins from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, coins like the 1974 issue become hot commodities. This growing interest fuels higher prices, especially for uncirculated and proof-like examples. The ceiling on this coin's value is far from reached. Experts believe that as the coin becomes harder to find in excellent condition, its value could climb to $3,000, $4,000, or even more in the near future. It's not just about the money, it's about owning a piece of time. This coin tells the story of Australia in the 1970s. It connects you to a decade of bold decisions, economic shifts, and cultural evolution. That's what makes it more than just metal, it makes it meaningful. Imagine this coin framed, preserved, and certified, a shining reminder of Australia's proud heritage and a reflection of your keen eye as a collector or investor. It's not just a part of history. It's part of your legacy. And when people ask, why this coin? You'll have a powerful answer, because it represents value, growth, rarity, and identity. In the years to come, Queen Elizabeth II coins will take on even greater importance. As future coins begin to reflect new monarchs and changing times, these older issues will only become more sought after. The 1974 50-cent piece stands tall among them, representing a golden era of design and production that will never be repeated. So yes, the demand is real. The market is active. Collectors are looking. And the price? It's only going up. This is the moment to find it, secure it, and hold on to it. Whether you're a new collector, a seasoned numismatist, or someone just discovering the beauty of coins, this one deserves your full attention. Take a moment. Check your old collections. Dig through that box in the closet. You may have a small fortune waiting to be discovered. If you come across a 1974 50-cent coin with the right features and great condition, you're not just holding currency, you're holding a rare and valuable artifact. Next up, we are speaking of the 1976 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark, a fascinating piece that deserves far more attention than it gets. This coin, struck in a time of national change and international transformation, holds both historical weight and increasing collector appeal. Minted during the mid-1970s, a period marked by economic recalibration and social evolution in Australia, this coin wasn't just created for commerce. It was part of a broader continuation of Australia's post-decimal currency system. The Royal Australian Mint continued the tradition of striking the distinctive 12-sided 50-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the Australian coat of arms on the reverse. But the 1976 version carries with it more than meets the eye. First and foremost, this coin was struck without a mint mark, which was typical for circulating coins of the era. That lack of mint mark, however, doesn't make the coin ordinary, it makes it a reflection of the official national production, a pure piece of government-issued currency from a year that was not overly represented in coinage. It was built not to be special in design, but its low survival in top condition has made it quite special in rarity. Millions were minted, yes, but how many have truly survived in excellent condition today? The answer is, very few. And that is where the coin begins to show its value. Most 1976 50-cent coins have been through decades of circulation, collecting scratches, wear, and damage. Finding one in mint state, or uncirculated quality, has become a true challenge, one that collectors are actively engaging in across Australia and beyond. Right now, thousands of collectors and dealers are on the hunt for 1,976 coins in top condition. Whether through online auctions, physical coin markets, or private collections, there's a growing interest in securing these mid-70s pieces before they become even harder to obtain. Every year, interest grows, and the number of high-grade examples shrinks. That's the kind of demand that drives prices up steadily and confidently. Currently, the 1976 50-cent coin can sell for anywhere between $7,000 to $15,000 Australian dollars, depending on its condition and presentation. A high-grade uncirculated coin, especially one that has been professionally graded, can fetch toward the upper end of that range or more in a strong market. With more collectors turning their attention to coins of the Elizabeth II era, there's every reason to expect that these numbers will rise. The historical value cannot be overstated. This coin is not just metal, it is a mirror of its time. In 1976, Australia was evolving. The economy was adjusting to global shocks, the cultural landscape was diversifying, and yet the nation's coinage held strong to symbols of unity and tradition. The coat of arms on the reverse side symbolized stability, while the Queen's profile represented a monarchy still deeply connected to national identity. Now consider this: coins from the mid-1970s are rapidly becoming more than collectibles. They're becoming investment tools. People are realizing that holding a rare coin is not just a passion, it's a smart financial strategy. And the 1976 50-cent coin is beginning to attract attention from those who want to build a future by holding on to the past. What pushes this coin's appeal even further is the quiet nature of its rise. It hasn't been the subject of massive headlines or explosive market spikes. Instead, it's building a reputation year by year, quietly increasing in demand, slowly climbing in price. This kind of organic growth is exactly what seasoned collectors look for. It signals long-term potential, not just hype. Imagine stumbling upon a pristine 1976 50-cent coin in a forgotten drawer or tucked away in a family coin album. That simple discovery could be the beginning of a powerful journey, one that connects you to history and also to value. It could be the first step into a world where every detail matters and every coin tells a story worth holding onto. And that's exactly what the 1976 50-cent coin offers. A story, a time capsule, a legacy. It may not shout for attention, but those who recognize its quiet brilliance are rewarded. It is becoming a must-have for anyone building a complete decimal collection or honoring the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign on Australian currency. Let's not forget that coins from this era are becoming more limited every day. As collectors lock them into private collections and more are lost or damaged, the window of opportunity to find and own a high-quality 1976 coin is narrowing. Prices that seem modest today could soon be seen as bargains in hindsight. So if you find one, don't hesitate. Hold on to it. Grade it. Protect it. And most importantly, recognize its place not just in a collection, but in Australian history. It's a coin with value, with character, and with serious potential. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1976 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin is not just valuable, it's a rising star in the numismatic world. And this is your chance to own a piece of that ascent. Don't let it pass you by. This coin's time is coming. And if you act now, you'll be ahead of the curve.